Good day, students. Welcome to our lecture in business communication. Today we are going to look at chapter 11, which is on business letters. Right, so let's look at our today's learning outcomes. So we are saying that at the end of this lesson, you should be able to define business letters. You should be able to identify the importance of business letters. And you should also be able to identify the essential qualities of a good business letters, as well as the various inner qualities of a good business letters. And finally, you should be able to identify the outer qualities of a good business letter. Right, so let's define business letters. So we are saying that a business letter is a media or a means through which views are expressed and ideas or information is communicated in a written in the process of business activity. So business letters, it's a written document used to communicate information on regarding business activities in companies, in firms, in businesses. So mostly we have different types of business letters that business people use to communicate in businesses. It can be a sales letter that is actually used to advertise uh, uh, products, and we have, let's say, a resignation letter which is used when you want to resign or to leave your job and so on. There are actually different types of business letters. So in other words, we're just saying that a business letter, it's a form of a written document used to communicate business activities and so on. Right, now that we have understood what business letters are, so let's look at the importance of business letters. So number one, we are saying that it helps in maintaining proper relationship. As we all know that a business letter is used to communicate, right? Or is used as a media for communication. So using a business letter, you are able to maintain that relationship with your business partners. It can be your employees, it can be your suppliers, your investors, and so on. So with a business letter, it keeps communication going. At the same time, you are able to keep your relationship with your business partners. The second one, you're saying that it's inexpensive and a convenient mode. So we are saying that with a business letter is not expensive. All you need is a paper. You can even just write the letter with your hands, or you can type it and so on. And it's actually a convenient mode because in most cases you don't need to go through internet connection, although there might be some complications and so on involved, but not as much as in other type of communication media. Right. So you also say that it serves as evidence. So this actually means that with a business letter, you can keep it. That can be for future references, or it can even be used as a legal document in court and so on. So with a business letter, you have evidence that, okay, this was communicated to you and so on, because the letter is there. It creates and maintains goodwill. So we are saying that the business letters helps to create a good image of the company, or it helps to create and maintain a reputation of the company, because communicate as a company, you are able to communicate with your business partners, and you're able to interact with them using a business letter. So that helps to keep and maintain your goodwill as a company. And the last point it help in expansion of the business. So we are saying that business letters mostly they are used to communicate, let's say, with your suppliers, your investors, and so on, to advertise, to promote, and so on, and that helps your company to grow and expand. Right. Now let's move at the essential qualities of a good business letter. So we have the inner qualities, and we also have the outer qualities. Right, so with the inner qualities, you are saying that the inner qualities of a business letter refers to the quality of language and its presentation. So with the inner quality, you are talking about the language used, the spelling, the grammar, your presentation, the whole, how you have presented your words or your information or your message in the letter. So that's the inner quality of a business letter. Now let's look at the outer qualities. So we are saying that the outer qualities of a business letter refers to the appearance of the letter. Right, so we are talking of the outside part of the letter. How does it appear? We are talking of the quality of the paper itself where you have written your letter. We are talking of the envelope where you have put your letter and so on. Those are the outer qualities of a business letter. Right, so let's look into details, the various inner qualities of a good business letter. So you're saying that we are talking of simplicity. So you're saying that as a business letter, it should contain simple and clear language. You don't want to complicate your message. You want to make sure that your message is received and understood. And the fact that a letter does not have immediate feedback, you want to make sure that your information is simple and it's on point to make sure that your recipient understand your message. Clarity, we say that your letter should be clear. It should be clear. It should be easily understood by your recipient. Relevance, you are saying that only relevant information should be in your letter. We don't want to have other information that is going to finish up the space of your letter and it's not relevant. You want to make sure that only relevant information is there. For example, if you're advertising your product, if you're writing a sales letter and you want to advertise a certain product, so you want to make sure that only maybe the type of product that you are advertising, the color, the price, the where you can be found and the details, all those details, but you don't want to explain to us how that product maybe can make your girlfriend happy or whatnot, or maybe how you came up with that product and so on. So make sure that only relevant information is in your business letter. The next one is courtesy. So we are saying that your letter should be polite. When I'm reading your letter, I want to feel the smile that you're having on when you're writing that letter. So you should use words such as thank you, dear sir or madam, I appreciate, yours faithfully, all those. So they should be in your letter. It actually makes or it brings in peace in that letter. Right. Then the next one is accuracy. So we are saying that the information in your letter should be correct. You should make sure that you have correct information. So your letter should be free from errors that can be spelling or grammar, and it should contain correct information. So you don't want with a letter you cannot actually call back and correct what you have written. So you want to make sure that when the recipient received your letter, the information is correct and not misleading or miscommunicated or anything. Right. Then we have completeness. Completeness is saying that your letter should be complete. We want to make sure that all the necessary information that you're supposed to be in your letter are in your letter. So do not leave important details. So for example, if you are writing maybe a sales letter, we want to make sure that all the information that are supposed to be in a sales letter are in there, where we can find you and so on. Then the last one is neatness. Neatness, you're just saying that your letter should be clean. If it's typed, make sure that you choose a clean font, clean size, spacing, and all that is justified. The information is just not scattered on the page and so forth. So make sure that your letter is clean. And if you handwriting it, make sure that it's your handwriting then it's neat or clean, right? Right, so now that we have discussed the inner qualities of a good business letter, let's look at our last part of this lesson, which is the outer qualities. Right, so with the outer qualities, as we said, is actually the appearance of your letter. and outside letter. So this includes the quality of the paper. Make sure that you have chosen the correct quality of the paper that you want. So most companies, there's companies that are perceived maybe as quality companies, so you want to use a quality paper, especially if you're advertising, you want to pursue your customers and so forth. So you want to make sure that you have chosen the quality or the paper that has quality, maybe thick instead of just a thin paper. The color of the paper. So we are saying that also the color of the paper where you are writing your information also matters. Make sure that you have chosen the right color. The size of the paper again, is it A4, A5, and so on. And mostly a business letter should be written in an A4 page, justified. The folding of the letter, and you also want to make sure that your letter is well folded and it's able to fit in your envelope. You don't want to have one side that is hanging, the other side is in and one is out. So make sure that the way you have folded your letter also communicates to your recipient that no, you are organized or you are disorganized. And the last one is the envelope. So the last part of your business letter is where you're actually carrying your letter. So if you are putting your letter in an envelope, you want to make sure that you have chosen the right envelope. Probably the color of the envelope, you prefer white, brown, or black, and so on. And the envelope should also be clean. And if you want to be perceived as a quality company, you should also have an envelope of quality, right, guys? So these are the outer qualities of a good business letters, and this will take us to the end of our lesson today. So if you have any question, do not hesitate to contact me. I'll see you guys in our next lesson.